What's up, guys? We are back for another episode of the Troubled Past podcast. So I had to get up pretty early today. My son was getting his tonsils removed. And on the way there, I decided that I was a little early. I'm going to go get a coffee. So I go and I order a large. And to me, like a large is like, a gas station large. Like a little styrofoam cup. Something that you drink pretty quick, and I get like a large black iced coffee. They give me this giant, just plastic monster that I'm supposed to take into this surgery. So I've got my big coffee, I pull up, I'm waiting in the car, and like I'm texting, no response. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna walk in. I start to walk in, I'm heading into the wrong spot, and I hear Dad. So I turn around and I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, I thought you were over here. He's like, nope, we're over here and I'm not doing it. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm not doing it. We're going home. I'm not doing it. And I completely get it. Because the whole time I've been scared about it. Like, having him go under is so scary. When he was a baby, he was I think 17, 18 months old, maybe about 2 years. I think between 1 and 2 years old. And he had to get like this bone or sanded down or ground down in his neck. And they put him out then, and that was so scary watching him go out. So I've been worried about it. I didn't want to deal with it. And up until now, he's been super cool about it. Like, he hasn't shown any type of fear or anything. But I had a feeling once the day came, he was gonna be scared, because I would be scared. I was scared, and I wasn't even the one doing it. So we get in. I got my big coffee, and we're just hanging out, just waiting, because it was him and his mom there before me. So they already did all the paperwork, got everything taken care of. And they call him back, but only one parent can go. It's his mom's week, so I didn't even say anything. I was just like, all right, go. And I'm waiting, just drinking this big, giant cup of coffee. And they finally call me back. Every noise I hear, I'm just looking backwards. And they finally call me back, and I go back there, and he is crying. He's like, I don't want to do it. I want to go home. I don't want to do it. And I'm telling him, I said, bro, it's okay. You've got this. This is what they do for a living. I was like, this is their job. They're very good at their job. You don't have to worry. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it. And he's crying. And the anesthesiologist, sorry, I need some water. The anesthesiologist goes and he's like, oh, he's kind of having a tough time, and he leaves, and he comes back, and he just like injects something into his IV, and I see it, and Skyler's like, my son's like, what is that? I mean, I guess you guys know Skyler. He's on every other episode at this point. But he starts worrying. He's like, what is that? And the doctor tells him it's something to make you feel better. And you see it start to kick in, and Skyler instantly, I don't feel good. I don't like this. This isn't right. That didn't make him feel good at all. He wasn't having it. He was over it. He did not want anything to do with it. And then the more he just kept, gotta get up. And we're pushing him down. We're like, Skyler, you can't get up. Gotta get up. And I was like, all right, let's see. Work that core. And and his whole face is turning red, and we finally have to stop him. Like, you're gonna blow up. Stop. You're gonna have an aneurysm. And he'd be fine for a little bit and kind of loopy. And then gotta get up. And we're all stop. And this is me and his mom. And we get along fairly decent. I mean, I don't not like her. I really don't have any type of issue with her, But I have a feeling that she doesn't like me. And, well, I mean, I know for a fact she doesn't like me. She has made that very clear that she doesn't like me. So I don't really have it. It's somewhat awkward, but it's not too awkward. We can like talk a little bit and stay cool and cordial, and it's not bad. It's chill. But when they put us in that waiting room, once they finally took him back, that was a whole different story. But before they took him back, like he keeps trying to get up. And finally, it's really starting to kick in. He doesn't have that sick feeling anymore. He's starting to feel good. And this nurse walks in. She's like, "How you doing, Sky? How you feeling, Sky?" He's all, "Good." "No, well, we're going to take you." He's all, "Bye, guys. Bye." All happy. And it was nice. I was so worried when they came to pull him out that he was going to freak out and spaz. I didn't want him to freak out and spaz and then cry, because I'm going to cry. I am such a big girl when it comes to my kids. I love them so much. That's my life. That is my reason for living. That's my purpose. It's everything. Helping people is like a passion, purpose thing, but like they are my heart. If something happens to them, it's like I'm gone. So I would have been freaking out because we can't go back with him at that point. They've got to put him under, and we've just got to just sit and be like, "No, it's okay." So I was so happy that he didn't cry. And it was funny, before they did take him, like the anesthesiologist, dude, I'm having such a hard time with that word, anesthesiologist. I'm probably still not saying it right, but the anesthesiologist, like, he's telling us all, like, "I'm the one that's in charge of putting him under. I'm the one that's in charge of this and that and that." And I know this is wrong, but in my head, I was like, "So you're the one that if anything goes wrong, like, and something happens, and like, oh, we gave him too much or something," I was like, "You're the one I'm coming for." Like, there's going to be 2 people leaving in a bag at that point, and you're going to be one of them if my son is the other. I know that's wrong, but that's exactly what was going through my head. I was like, okay, so if anything happens, you're the one that doesn't leave here. I know it's bad. I need to be better, but I'm so protective. I don't want nothing to happen to him. Like I said, that's my heart. But when they take us to a separate waiting room once they take him back, and me and his mom went from talking and like, "Oh yeah, so he's doing this, oh that's good," and then, "Oh, his homework's good, okay, like, yeah, well that's good. I'm glad he's doing better in school." And we got all his makeup work and blah blah blah. We walk in, just dead silence. It was so quiet that I could hear like the water machine that was sitting next to me, like I'm pretty sure it was making water. I'm not 1,000% sure that that's how that worked. I don't think they make water, but the noise it was making made it seem like it was making water. And that's all I could hear is that. And then sometimes like the TV above us would have something on. I'm like, "All right, yeah, nice." Nope, she's just on her phone glued to it. It was so awkward. Luckily, the surgery was super quick. The doctor was cool when we met him, too, and I know this is going to sound racist or stereotypical or whatever, but when I heard his name, Magupta Gandhi, something, I think Magupta Gandhi, I think. It's something very close to that, but when I heard that name, I was like, all right, we're good. We're in good hands. And then when I saw him walk in, I was like, "Oh, we're good. Like I don't have to worry at all." Like this older Indian male doctor, I was like, we're set. I don't know if that's racist or what, but when I heard he was an Indian, I knew for a fact that he was going to be a good surgeon. I wasn't like this guy. I was good. I knew. I was like, oh, we're good. Stereotypical, whatever, racist, whatever it is, but I feel like at least it's like a good stereotype or racism, maybe. I think Indians make good doctors. I mean, I think that's a good thing to say. Good surgeons, good doctors. I'm pilots most likely. So I was excited. Saw him. He did great. He told us, he's like, 15 minutes, he'll be good. Crazy that they do that in 15 minutes. But we're just sitting in silence. It was weird because when we first walked into the waiting room, there's like this older-ish, maybe 40s age range, just sitting there like in her blanket, and she's all like sprawled on 2 chairs, wrapped up, cuddled, like she's got the remote to the TV that she was comfortable. She's like, "Oh, we got the TV. I got the remote if you want it." And we're like, "Nah, we're good. Thank you, though." I was like, "All right." She's tucked in. I don't know what she was waiting for or how many kids she had back there getting something done, but she made herself comfortable. It was funny. But yeah, we're just sitting in silence with that lady. At some point, a couple random people go in and out, and then finally they come call us, and we walk back. And my Skyler, I don't know why I keep saying, you guys know Skyler. Skyler's the boy. Everybody knows the boy at this point. And Skyler is making the funniest, like, snarled lip face. Water! I need water! Water! They're like holding the cup of water. We go back for all, dude. What is going on? Water! It hurts, water. And we go, and like I'm rubbing his head, and he starts to calm down a bit. We're feeding him popsicle, but then he's mean. All those cute videos where you see him and they're like, oh how sweet, he's so funny, like, what's up, girl? How you doing, girl? And it's like some kid hitting on the nurse. Like, no, not my son. Water now. He was mean. He started like popping off at one point, and I was like, bro, who are you talking to? And then he chilled out after that. But he was spazzing. Once we got him some pain meds, I think he was cool that we were there. Like, he was happy we were there, but he was spazzing. And finally he calmed down. I know this probably isn't the most interesting thing, but Skyler's the boy. He's just he's the podcast. Without him, there is no podcast. So, yeah, I mean, it was scary, to be honest. Because I gotta be like, nah, man, it's okay. You don't gotta be scared. I mean, I'm scared too, but neither of us have anything to be afraid of. And I was like, I don't want him to go out. I didn't like it. I didn't like him crying and being in pain and being just at a loss of, I don't even know what the words are. I just didn't like it. Just thinking about it, like, messes me up. I don't like seeing my boy like that. It was scary. It was very sad. And you hear all those stories, like the number one cause of death in America is oh my God. What is the term for that? I can't think of the word. Malpractice. Number one cause of death in America is malpractice. Jesus. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. Nah, I probably know a little bit why. Yeah. But, so you hear the stories, And then anesthesia is so scary. So I was worried. That's my boy. And I'm one of those weird, creepy parents that just stares at his kid. I know, but I am. I'm one of those creepy parents that just stares at his kid. And I know it's weird, but that's my partner. That's my boy. So all I was doing, like when we were there, and he was just like passed out, I was just like staring at him. His mom's on his phone, and I'm just staring at him. I was like, dude, I don't know what I would do if anything happened. Like, this needs to be the last surgery. He's like, I was saying earlier, he had the neck surgery where they saw it off, or not saw it, like, just got in there and they just scalpel, just, oh my God, it's a blah blah. No, they didn't saw off anything, but they had to like grind down some sort of bone right here. I don't know exactly. So watching that was crazy. Then he snaps his tibia last year, just completely breaks it in half. So that's rough. Kid gets sick all the time. He got hoof and mouth disease. Now he's got the surgery. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. It gets scary. Parenting is scary. I know that I'm a broken record when it comes to that. But it is. I'm terrified. I'm terrified constantly being a parent. I'm worried about him, like, you know, I'm worried about what happens to me if I, and then if something happens to me, how's he going to feel? And then that breaks my heart because he's going to be just devastated. And then he's got to grow up without a father. And then I'm just gone. And I have to like just be wherever I am without my son. And who knows where I'm going. I've had a crazy past. I've done a lot of bad things. I've also done a lot of good things, so hopefully it counters, but I don't know. I'm trying to make up for everything. Yeah, it's terrifying. And I just picture him with just crying because I'm gone. And just sobbing, and he's just in his room, and he's just bawling, and it breaks my heart. And I know I've talked about this exact same scenario and everything before, but that just shows you that this is something that I worry about. And it's a constant. It's not even being afraid of death anymore. It's being afraid of leaving him. Being afraid of missing moments with him. Death doesn't really scare me. The afterlife doesn't really scare me. But not being with him and missing time with him is so terrifying and sad, and it's depressing. So I don't really fear death. I fear missing out, missing him. And it's a constant thing when you're a parent. And I don't know if it goes away. When they get older and they've got kids of their own and they've got families of their own, are you still sitting there just worried about them? Or is it off your mind? Because then you're worried about you because you're all old. Oh, bro. I bet being old is scary. Do you guys think being old, like getting old, is scary? Because I mean, hold on. Because when you get old, your body starts to like shut down and you're weaker and stuff. So I mean, you'll joke, I bet, like, take me now, I'm ready to go, like, stuff like that. But you got to be like, holy shit, it could happen at any moment. And not like young, what we think about, Because I'm sure if anybody out there, like, or maybe I'm weird, but I think about it all the time. Like, oh my God, this could happen. What happens? I'm a hypochondriac that I'm scared. Death is scary. Freaks me out. So I can't imagine being old and just being like, dude, you can literally just go to sleep and you're like, nah, we're done. The body shuts off. I guess that could happen now too, but it's more likely when you're old. I guess it could just happen at any time. Like I could be sitting here being like, and then there's boom, just hit this table all hard. Just, dude comes running in. I'm just foaming at the mouth. Like oh God. How funny would that be to just mess his life up, Because that's not something that just leaves you. How was work? Oh, it was good. Until it wasn't, babe. I walked in. He's a normal guy. He films his podcast every week. Like he comes in. He's a good dude. And all of a sudden, I look through the window and he's just laid on the table, just. And I go in and I'm all, Jarod, no, Jarod. And I hold him up and he's just foaming at the mouth. And he coughed blood in my face, babe. Just, and I was like, no, Jarod. And he died in my arms. I just completely ruined it. Life is over. Every time he's got to quit his job because every time he comes in, he sees me just salmon flopping on the table. Just. Oh, that'd be so bad. It's kind of like a funny cosmic joke. I hope when I go out, it's some sort of funny cosmic joke. Like, what's one that I was thinking of? I've thought of a couple of them. It'd be like people that are afraid to fly and then they fly the first time and they die. Like, that's so funny. Like, damn it. Because I wonder if, say the first time you fly you die and you put off flying forever because you were afraid of dying, does that mean that you were destined to die on a flight no matter what, and you just put off the flight so you could have died on any other flight? So you took out this group of people instead of taking out all these other group of people, and it's like a final destination thing? No? Oh, it's just me? Okay. Sorry, I don't know. I went off on a tangent. I don't know, it would be cool, But I wonder, now I'm wondering, I was like, but if you did, that's the first time you flew, and that plane went down, and you waited, what if ever any other plane? Like you were destined to die on a plane. Okay. Yeah, my bad. We're not going down that. But I want like a cosmic joke. Something where it's like, ah man, well that sucks. Like oh, I'm gonna get buff, and then you die from a heart attack from food or something. I don't know, It's hard to think of now, but I think you understand. You guys are all smart people. You're watching this. You're geniuses. I mean, you got great taste. You're probably good looking. I know you got a good sense of humor. I mean, you're probably one of the best people, or like some of the best people around. Like, you're probably top tier 1%. Even if like the bank accounts and stuff don't match, that's just because they haven't caught up. Because I mean, you're watching this in the beginning. You're up there. So, sometimes I'll start a bit, I'll get going, and then halfway through the bit, I'll forget where I started, like the point I need to go back to. Like, oh yeah, we were riffing off of something, and then I'll start riffing, and I'll forget the original topic that I have to go back to. It's rough. I need to get a good co-host. I got two people that are down. We just got to schedule it out. I'm currently working on my house out on the land. I'm going to start posting that on this. So I know it's not the podcast. So I might change the name. It really doesn't matter with how low a following we have. But I'm going to start posting the progress on the house, show you the land, start showing, because I'm going to start doing everything myself to start, just to save as much money as possible. So I'll start mapping out where we're going to build the first building. I'll map out all the other buildings. We'll clean the land up. We'll get it all nice. What I really want to do, since we're building the basement, I'm going to have to figure this out. And I probably shouldn't be talking about it on here, but no one's going to see it, and who cares, honestly, if they do. So what I want to do is, under everything, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. I thought about it, and I'm not going to remember to go back and clip it either, so yeah, I'm not going to talk about it. There's just going to be that weird pause where my brain's like, should we? Because I was having like a conversation like, yeah, dude, just talking. No, I'm not going to. Because then if it's needed and people actually know about it and they find out about it, that could cause so much stuff. And hopefully, God willing, it's never needed. And we don't need, yeah. So let's not worry about it. But I'll start making videos of us laying the foundation, basically. And then the goal is we got to just start raising the money. Raise the money to start building and just keep growing. So I'm going to start posting that on this page. I'll start posting it on these channels, I guess. I hope it doesn't mess the algorithm up. We're going to find out if going from podcast stuff and now all of a sudden we randomly switch, if that messes it up. I hope not, since it's still technically part of this. But yeah, I might switch the name up. We'll figure it out. Might switch, I don't know. We'll figure it out. When I originally started YouTube, like years back, I wanted to have one channel that just had a bunch of different stuff. But then they tell you not to do that because it's got to be for the algorithm and the audience has to like know what they're going for. So if you have different types of content, then you have to start like 14 different channels, over dramatic, of course, just to do it all, instead of just being able to do like, hey, I do this podcast, me and my son do this, let's do a cookie, like let's do all this stuff and just have it on one thing. To me, it makes sense. Because you would just subfolder. I'm trying to think as like a consumer why that wouldn't be applicable. Or maybe it's because you get more subscribers, so you get more monetization. But if you have the same subscribers from each, then it's all the same, but maybe you don't get the same. If you know anything about YouTube, let me know. Because that's the way I wanted to do it. And if that is going to harm the channel, then I don't want to do that. So if you know anything about it, let me know. I just want to make sure that I'm not harming the channel by posting all that stuff on this. If I need to create a whole separate channel to post all that stuff, yeah, what exactly I need to do, because by next summer we're gonna start the build out. We'll start renovating the house, get that all ready and get it livable so that me and my son can start living out there. And then we can start really going after the property. I can start clearing out the areas. I can map it out. We can get some drones in the air depending on the wind. It's super rural, so there's a lot of wind. Fast and hard. That's the way she likes it. Sorry. But yeah, so we'll get some drones up. We'll make some content. The house build will be pretty fun. Right now, I don't know if I lost the original teardown content. I'll pay for the hard drive to get fixed if I did, just to be sure. But right now, I've got the house basically gutted. All I got to do is go in, clean it up, like organize some stuff, and then we're going to tear down a couple more walls. I'm going to tear down a closet. I'm going to rip all the walls off because this mobile home has like that old school, it's like thin brown, like old school 70s, 80s style trailer stuff. I don't know, like it's not wallpaper. I don't even know what it is, to be honest, but it looks old, it looks ghetto, it's shitty. Plus, I think there's mice in the walls. I hope not, because it's going to freak me out when they come tumbling out and all the shit. Oh, it's going to be dirty. When I first got the house, there was poop in the toilet. The guy that moved it, he's all, nah, it should just flush itself out, because they left it when they bought it. And he's all, nah, it should just flush itself out on the street as we go. And I was all, that's disgusting, but okay. Gets to my property, still in there. Had to figure out, it just sat there forever. Had to figure that out. Rat shit everywhere. I bought this house, and there was literally rat poop in the drawers with all the silverware, with all the plates. There was this little container under the sink. It was like a bucket that was catching like dripping water. It's the worst smell in the world. I moved the bucket and I accidentally spilt it, and it was this black water, just black, thick water. And this dead mouse falls out, and it was probably the worst smell I've ever smelled. It was wretched. All the floors in this thing are disgusting. They are so gross and moldy and disgusting. The kids' room, I think it was the little girl's room, they just laid carpet all over the floor. They didn't attach it. They didn't change the boards. In the kids' room, carpet was just covering this giant hole that you could see all the way down outside. Animals were probably getting in the house. There was just shit, dirty diapers. It was disgusting when I got it. When we're breaking it apart, there's just rat poop everywhere. It was, oh my God. I didn't do a good enough walkthrough when I bought it. I really didn't. But it's okay. What I wanted when I got it, and I feel like I got exactly what I asked for. It's what I put out to the universe, is I wanted something that was something that I can completely gut and make my own. I don't want to pay a lot. I don't want to do anything. I want to put any money that's going into it into renovating it and making it sick. So that's what I did. So tore down everything, ripped everything out, tore out the toilet, destroyed the bathtub. It was fun. I hope I can find the videos. If not, I'll make sure I can figure something out with those videos. They've got to be somewhere. So I'll incorporate those, and then I'll record ripping the walls down, tearing all that gross stuff out. If there's any mice, I'll record ripping the floors out and replacing those. Like, I'm literally ripping out the whole base floors. I tore all the floor off. The OSB underneath is disgusting. So I got to rip all of that out, replace all of the boards. So we'll put all of that up there. And then from there, I don't know. So I'm going to be straight up. I'll be straight up on all the videos. It's going to be a cool little series. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I didn't have a father. I didn't have anyone to teach me woodworking. I was terrible in school. Not that I wasn't smart. I was just a little badass. I didn't care. Didn't pay attention in shop. Didn't do any of the work. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. None of it. I don't know how to do any of it. But I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to do it with my son so that he can learn. I want him to be able to do this stuff. I think it'd be cool to do. Honestly, I don't really want to do it, not even in the slightest. But I do think it would be really cool when it's done to be like, yeah, I built this. Me and my son built this. So we're gonna do it all. We're gonna redo the bathroom. I'm gonna do the floors. I'm gonna complete when I say we're doing the kitchen, I'm gonna build the cabinets. We're gonna build the cabinets. Hopefully, I think I have some friends that can help me with tools and stuff, but we're gonna completely build out the cabinets. We're gonna build the island. I'm gonna put the stove in the middle. It's gonna be a content house. So I'm building a content house. I'm gonna build the kitchen out so that the stove is in the island so that we can, if you wanna do like a cooking show, you can do a cooking show right there. Doing the living room in 2 sections. So I'm gonna have one side, like one corner, have an L couch pushed away from the wall so that you can have cool stuff behind so that you get that cool like depth in your shot. And then that'll be a podcast. Caddy corner, like completely 180 the camera to the other corner. I think I'm gonna have to figure that one out because the original plan was to do 2 desks and then do that as a gaming station. But I think I'm gonna give up a room. So instead of me actually having a bedroom, I'm gonna give that up and I'm gonna turn that into just the gaming room. I'll have it set up to where one computer's here away from the wall so you get that depth. You can throw like your little glowy stuff on the back. I'll have 2 computers with facing different ways so that we each get a backdrop. And then that can be mine and Skyler's gaming station. So, and then in the living room, I'll have something in that corner. I'm not exactly sure. But then I'm going to have TVs that hang from the ceiling, one facing the L desk, and then one facing this way. So that you can do, if you want to do any type of like, pull it up, Jamie, type stuff, you can do that. And then the back room is going to be like our maker spot. So that'll be where you can do like resin projects, you can do like hot challenges, where it doesn't matter if you fuck the floor up, basically. That's going to be the room where it's just basically wrapped up. You want to get it dirty with food, you want to make crazy content that's kind of like messy, that's going to be that area. And then my son will just have his room. I'll have it set up to where he can do video and stuff in there if he wants. But the whole house is going to be set up as a content house. And then for the floors, I'm super into epoxy. I love epoxy. I love doing resin stuff. I've made desks. I've done all kinds of cool stuff. I love it. The floors, we're going to do an epoxy coat, like a stone coat epoxy, to where it's like marble looking. And I'm going to do each room their own unique style and then have them bleed out onto the floor. So each room will be its own style. It'll bleed out into the hallway. And then I'll have all those styles like bleed down through the hallway. And then we'll do like our own different thing in the living room. We'll do something cool in the kitchen. I don't know if I'll do it in the back room just because that's the messy room. I probably will just so it's all consistent because that'd be stupid. And once we clean up or something, so I'll do it all. And then we'll just do the kitchen and we'll just do it all. And it's all just going to run together. And then I'm going to have Pyro. I'm sure if you know me, you know Pyro. You've probably seen him in something that I've been a part of. I'm going to have Pyro paint all the walls, like in each, like completely mural every single wall. I'm not sure what exactly for each room yet, but everything's going to be muraled out. I even want to have him do like the ceiling. More so because I think it would make a cool video to have him come in and just completely deck out all the walls and the ceiling. It's kind of like that Doodle video that was huge. But that's what I want him to do, all that. I kind of want the living room to be more trippy, like a cool trippy vibe. For if I ever like have people over that are into that type of stuff, or got the house to myself, want to get a little trippy. I kind of want that. I think that'd be sick. And then I'm gonna have lights in the floors. So I think I'm gonna do like a circle in different areas all around the ceiling, the floors. And then so the floor will have like the square all around it, and it'll like doom, doom, doom. And then I'll have like different strips that do different things. So the whole house will do like a light show. And yeah, it's kind of a trip. I get it. It sounds crazy. That's not even the craziest house we're gonna make. This one's just like for fun. I just think all of that stuff sounds really cool. I'm gonna have like after that we're building a wraparound, because this is a 14 by 60 mobile home that I gutted out and that I'm customizing to fit our needs, because we don't need something huge. That was our problem. We had a 4-bedroom house before, and we used 1 bedroom because he always slept in my room, and we used the living room. Everything else was just storage, basically. So I realized at that point, like, all we need is us and a spot to keep the stuff that we like. We've got certain things we like. We like to mess around with crafts at times. We love to cook. We like to game. And we like to just chill. We don't need something huge for that, at least for the time being. We've got the land, so we'll build something big. Like, that's the whole point of the nonprofit, is to build like the Mecca creator place, like, and just let other people help kids. Like, it's gonna be great. But so this is all we need. All it is a 14 by 60 trailer. So we're gonna build a wraparound deck that goes all the way around it. And in the front, it's gonna be like the chill spot. We'll have the barbecue. 30 foot down, I'm gonna have 2 cornhole boards because we love cornhole. So when I have people over, you can throw some cornhole, barbecue. We'll have like all the cool like hangout spot up in that front area. And then, because that's where the view is. I keep going back and forth, like you should do that in the backyard, but the front yard is the view. That's where you see the mountains. It's so dope. And it's far enough away where kids won't be running up on the street, but that's the view area. And then in the back, I'm gonna get 2 separate hot tubs. And we're just gonna get used hot tubs. Like, I know it's probably gross. I'll clean them or something. I'll figure it out. But I'm gonna get 2 hot tubs, and I'm gonna have them next to each other. One is gonna be a hot tub, and one is just gonna be filled with water. If it's not at the right temperature, I'll get it at the right temperature. If it's colder than what I want for a cold plunge, I'm still jumping in, but I'll have them next to each other. I'll have a hot and a cold plunge, so I can go back and forth. Like, it's gonna be so beautiful. And then in the backyard, the 37-acre backyard, is where we're building everything. We'll get some 4-wheelers in the meantime so we can have fun out there. We'll start plotting everything. Like I said, we'll create content about the whole build. I know there was a year hiatus, but with everything that went on with with everything that went on, I just needed to make sure that we were good before moving forward on anything. And I feel that we're in a good spot. I feel that this is still supposed to happen. We've got a lot of work to do. So I know that there was a year off, but we're gonna come back so strong. So strong. Especially with the deal with Vision Foundry Media. They got the books on how to do proper fundraisers. You know how long I needed a book to learn how to do a fundraiser, or how to run the nonprofit. I'm gonna be 100%. I had no idea how to do it. I just wanted to help people. I started one. So I'm so glad that we have the sponsorship with Vision Foundry Media. Are you ready to turn knowledge into income? At Vision Foundry Media, they create step-by-step ebooks that teach you real-world skills, not theory. Whether you want to start a business, build a creative career, master photography and videography, or learn advanced tax strategies that could save you thousands, they've got you covered. Each book is built for action, packed with proven methods, templates, and insider tools you can put to work right away. And the best part? For every book purchased, Vision Foundry Media donates 2 books to nonprofits that help people create a better future for themselves. So when you learn, someone else gets a chance to grow. Visit visionfoundrymedia.com today and start building your next chapter with Vision Foundry Media, because knowledge should forge opportunity for everyone. Yeah, and thanks to that sponsorship, thanks to all the amazing people that actually see what we're doing, we're coming back so strong. This is going to be huge. This is huge. Honestly, what we're doing is huge. I don't know why I always say this is like, I know I'm working on it, but this is huge. It's going to help a lot of people. It's going to bring men back. That's one thing that I need to figure out how to talk. We're creating men again. That's something that this country seems to lack right now, is men. People, like someone that can be working on a project, slice open their hand or their finger or something, wrap it up with tape, and just keep working on the project. Someone that is afraid of spiders and doesn't want to go in the crawl space, but goes in the fucking crawl space. Someone that sees a situation that they don't like and they just don't say anything. They don't need to put their opinion, or they're not worried about being in situations that seem scary. We are just lacking men. And that's something big on it. That's why we have the MMA gym. That's why we have all of that. It's because we want to build men. We want to build strong men. We want to build strong women. We want to bring back independent, strong Americans again. And I'm not saying that we're going to be strictly, and that's not like, you gotta be American. It's not that. American isn't white, it isn't black, it isn't Asian, it isn't Indian, it isn't. American is everybody. And there's a lot of scared Americans, there's a lot of scared people. And there's a lot of Americans that aren't strong. It's nothing to do with race, religion, education, any of that. Everybody's welcome. I just want anybody that's here in America, supporting America, that is American, to be strong and not have to be someone that lives in fear, to not be a victim. And that's one of the main things we're going to be building. It's going to be a place where we have great concerts. It's going to be a place where kids can learn how to do all kinds of cool stuff. It'll be a place where adults can learn how to do all kinds of cool stuff. It's going to be one of the best places ever. And I envision just walking through it. Like, this is the podcast studios. Oh, what's up, Jennifer? How you doing? Yeah, you just got done filming whatever, you know? Like, I just picture it. And I picture giving the tours and walking through. Yeah. I don't even know how we got there. Oh, yeah, we're going to come back and do it right. I just get so excited about it. Then, like, I start to think about it, and I'm like, it's here. And I have to remember that we're still on camera. But I do. I'm like, all right, we got it. Like, it's finally here. That's my thought process. Like, it's finally here. This is it. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're going to help people. We're going to do something positive in this world. It's going to be great. So, I love y'all. I appreciate you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. Hit comment. Yeah, all the stuff that helps us out. Help me out. Help me grow. Let's take this to another level. I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one.